But when you read, something remarkable happens. You get a temporary implant of someone else's story. Reading told me better stories than I was telling myself. When you read, it's like you take the perspective of another person or character. You borrow their mind or their story. We are all constantly repeating a story to ourselves about who we are in the world we live in. Every day, all the time. And I think it goes without saying that life is unfair. Some people are dealt circumstances that cause them to struggle and suffer, while other people have it easy. But consider two people whose circumstances, advantages, disadvantages are otherwise equal. One person tells themselves the story that they are unworthy, unlovable, incapable, and that maybe they just pulled the short straw in life and there's nothing they can do about it. The other person wakes up every day believing that they are worthy, lovable, capable, and that the life they want is just a matter of learning the right skills and figuring out the right strategy to transform their circumstance into the one of their dreams. It is indisputable that some of the stories we tell ourselves cause us to suffer, and some of them contribute to our well-being. There are better and worse stories to tell. And this matters because people treat themselves and others, the world around them, in a way that flows from the logic of the story that's playing out in their head. They make decisions, they react to their circumstances in a way that aligns with that story. And then the world responds in kind. The story you tell yourself is like the first domino you push in a whole chain of cause and effect that determines the quality and outcome of your life. The tricky part is that the story we tell ourselves is like the atmosphere we walk through or breathe. It's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. It's really hard to identify one thing when there's nothing else to compare it to, when it's the only thing that you might have ever known. It reminds me of this story that David Foster Wallace told in a commencement speech. It's about two fish swimming in the ocean. An older fish swims by and says, "The water's nice today, isn't it?" And the two younger fish look at each other puzzled and ask, "What's water?" That's what your internal story can be like. It's so close to you, so constant, so embedded in your experience that you don't even see it. But when you read, something remarkable happens. You get a temporary implant of someone else's story. And I think this does two things. One, it makes you aware of your own story, like someone pointing out water to a fish. And two, it gives you access to a larger, more meaningful, more exhilarating story, like a hero's journey that has the effect of allowing you to see yourself in a different light from a more zoomed out perspective. I think reading a character's hero's journey wakes up your own hero's journey.